Ladies and gentlemen, she is taking talk shows to another level. She will inform, inspire, educate, and entertain you. And she is funny. It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Good evening, beautiful people. It's time for the A Show. I am your girl, Ayesha. And once again, I am here to invade your space. Today, we are talking about life after childbirth. I'm sure a lot of parents are watching me today. You have your own story to tell. Unfortunately, we're not able to get you in our studios, but we have two beautiful ladies who have experienced it, seen, done it, and still doing it. And they will be sharing their experiences with us as we go on the journey of being a mother. I'm excited because I am also a mother. We all have our story, but today we'll talk about it. If you are thinking of being a mother soon, we trust that by the end of the show, we would have helped you prepare yourself better. Because this journey is 24 hours a day, no pay, and we love to do it. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll start talking.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Aquaba is the feeling of joy when you know you are home, where you sleep in luxury and comfort, and wake up to the breeze of the Atlantic Ocean. Aquaba to Labadi Beach Hotel, where the food is fresh and the smiles are genuine. Now you know you are home. Ghana's finest 5-star hotel, Labadi Beach Hotel. The legacy lives on.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you haven't missed anything because we're just about starting the show. Like I said in my intro, we are talking about life after childbirth. So if you're sitting at home watching us today, you're thinking of being a mother. It's a blessing. So it is beautiful, but it comes with its own story that you only know that story when you feel it yourself. You can hear it, you can imagine it, but it's only when you go through it that you can appreciate and understand it better. I am so excited because I have this beautiful young woman here who made a choice, a decision, and they have been blessed with beautiful kids, and they want to share their story with us. Without saying much, let me just go ahead and introduce my beautiful two ladies. Miss Debbie.
Yes, boss.
She's a TV and radio personality. And Miss Vanessa Gyan is also a TV and radio personality. So today I'm doing the media ladies. How nice. Welcome on the show, Miss Debbie and Vanessa.
Thank you.
We normally would have done hugs. I don't know why my director decided to, get you all comfortable on my seats first, but I would have liked to call you in and give you some love before, so we'll do the high five. So welcome on Set the A Show. For the two of you, it's the first time, and I'm very happy that you could make it to discuss this all-important topic, dealing with life after childbirth. So there has been a story, there's been a journey, and this journey is ongoing because it's not going to end. The work of a mother is forever. Even when your kids are old, you still be a mother to them. And so far as you're concerned, they are always your babies. Right?
Yeah.
Great. Because our parents are doing it to us. I mean, I still see my mom and I'm like, you know what, I'm a big girl, She said, no, you're my child. So I guess our work would never end. So I'll start with you, Miss Debbie. You have how many kids now?
4.
4. Hello.
Only 4.
Hello. Only
4.
You've been busy.
I
You've
know,
been busy.
right?
4. Goodness. That's just a normal Ghanaian. They will say it's normal. It's
I think the normal Ghanaian is 9.
Debbie.
Oh, I want to be real. The normal, typical Ghanaian, I
It's
think
what,
is
9?
7, 8, 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you going again?
No, that's okay for
So
now.
then you're not a normal Ghanaian.
Oh,
Because you said it's 7 or 9.
I'm a typical African woman who loves children.
You love children.
Yes, so
would you
that's
love to have more babies? At this point, you're not sure.
personally, I might have another baby.
Okay.
Yes,
Personally?
probably yes. Personally, if I have my will, I would like to have another baby, just one girl, and I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you became a mother, did you have any idea of how motherhood would be like?
You know, I always tell people it depends on where you grow up.
That's
I
right.
came from a home where we were like 8.
Okay.
And then my
So you
auntie
came from
also
a large
had
family?
Yeah, my auntie has also had children. Like we've always been with cousins and people around us. So it's like we always have that bond.
Okay.
And then most of the time the number makes it better because sometimes some people they have mood swings, they don't want to talk. Other people want to talk, so you always find someone to blend with. If you come from a large family, you must get someone to blend with. And you learn quickly. I have siblings, so I actually started playing the role of a mother quite early before my personal baby. So I just loved everything about it. Yeah.
So you were already prepared, you know, without having your own kids. You already had the motherly role because you came from a very an extended family.
People actually think my little brother is my son.
Oh, okay.
Most people think he's my son.
Okay.
So I started taking care of Kwame from class 4.
Okay.
Like when I say taking care of Kwame from class 4, paying school fees and everything was on me. So with Kwame, people feel, lots of people actually think he's my son.
He's your son.
People who really know me from early stages, they think Kwame is my son. Yeah. So it was quick. It was quick for me.
So then you were playing the role of a mother.
Yes, before
and now you are a mother.
Good. You know the difference is when you are playing the role, it's nicer. Because you go like, somebody has given birth to the child,
Okay.
has gone through the pain. So you are just coming to take care from a particular stage. I got pregnant. The pregnancy on its own, honey, is a book.
Okay.
Then after
We'll
the
write it
pregnancy,
later.
after the pregnancy, delivery is another thing. Immediately you cross delivery, you know that, okay, God saved me. And then you hold this bundle of joy that has brought you so much pain before. Because you have sleepless nights, you have a lot of things, like you get confused. Then when the baby comes, you forget everything. Like,
of course.
Instantly you forget that some few days ago you were urinating every second.
Yeah.
And then you didn't want to bath. There were days when you don't want to see anybody, but immediately the baby comes in, it's a whole new world, and then you start, boom, oh baby, then you start getting crazy, you start singing and then behaving weird. Some people would never understand that aspect. Then there is sleepless night. The baby wants to sleep in the morning when you are supposed to be up, and then at night when you are supposed to be sleeping, he wants to play. So I wake up with my swollen face and I tell myself, oh honey, it's worth it, just move on, honey, move on baby, move on. And then and sometimes it's the joy.
That's right.
That makes you want to do it all the time. It's not an easy thing. I won't lie to anybody. If you have your own child, you would understand.
If you have your own child, you will understand. All right, so Vanessa, talk to me. What has been your experience?
Okay, so motherhood. A first-hand experience is definitely different from when you're like taking care of someone else's child. My friend gave birth when we were 17. And although I thought I was hands-on, it's a different experience when you're actually hands-on 24/7. The child is yours. My pregnancy experience, though, I always say was the easiest.
Okay.
I had morning sickness once. Nothing really changed about me except for my stomach.
Okay.
My cousin would always say the only thing different is that your stomach is growing. So when I love hearing other perspectives because I had totally none of it. Delivery process. It wasn't what I expected,
Okay.
but it wasn't as difficult.
Okay.
I did get an epidural
Okay.
at 7 centimeters because at that point I couldn't take the pain.
Shut up.
But
That's painful.
it was painful. And at that point I had to. But then that slowed down the process for me, which was annoying also because now another 4 or 5 hours before I actually delivered.
Yeah.
But all in all, my 9 months, I enjoyed every moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Debbie was around. Debbie saw.
It was beautiful.
I enjoyed every moment, but as I said, everyone's experience is different.
different.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we all deliver.
Exactly.
We have the stories.
Exactly.
And then now you're a mother.
Yes.
Share that experience with us.
Okay.
Because I know that you're all career women.
Right.
And you need to find a balance.
Right.
Being a mom and being good at it, because like we said, it's 24 hours.
Yes.
You don't get paid for it.
You don't.
But you need to do it.
Right.
And still go and get that job done so you get paid for it.
Right.
Let's talk about
So
that.
being in media, especially, we have a flexible schedule.
Okay.
But I've chosen to go the entrepreneur route.
Okay.
Because I feel like it gives me more time to spend with my child.
Okay.
Because my child is number one. When I'm having meetings, I'm very structured that I make sure mornings, breakfast, I'm always there. I try to get back by 1, 2 for lunch. If not, at least by dinner time, I'm home. I've scheduled my life based on my son, and nothing will change that. And that's been a choice.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to be hands-on. I don't want to miss any experience. I didn't want to miss when he first started walking. I didn't. First started talking. I didn't. When he started eating solid foods, I was there. You know, and I wanted those moments. So although, yes, I work in media, it was flexible, but I wanted it to be even more flexible. And that's why I've chosen now the entrepreneur route. It's not easy because I'm now getting my feet in the ground, but I know it'll be worth it at the end of the day. Yeah.
Debbie, making the choices, you would want to have even more children, you know, and then, you know, the sacrifices you have to make that possible, and also enjoy the moments and everything. How have you been?
You know, from
four
the
kids, and still having a career that you are so passionate about.
You know, from the beginning, it was just like these. But what I noticed is when you have one, and then you build your world around that particular child, you have another one, and then there are two. So it's more demanding. At a particular point in life, depending on experiences, you would definitely have to like move away and start concentrating on what would make you comfortable as a mother. Because you get to a point where you feel like, okay, at this particular moment, I need to do this, but baby is doing that. And then the main thing that's going to put the food on the table, apart from your partner, is doing that. So you start breaking away certain boundaries that you have put around, like certain walls you have built. Because in as much as the child is very important, you have to make sure that you are comfortable, you are bringing in money for certain things. So you would definitely break away at a point. And then another thing, before I go deeper, anything or any sacrifice a mother does, never beat yourself thinking you are not a good mother.
Right.
Because you make sure that you plan your life to be able to get to a particular standard for your child. So if you want that particular thing, there are days where you are chasing a contract. I sell fabrics, I do other stuffs. So I'm supposed to pick up my fabric sometimes from the harbor, and there are days where I go there for 2 days. I leave that place around 12 a.m. Honey, that's where the money is coming from. I don't really rely totally on my man, because I feel most of the time it's disrespectful. And I'm very sure another time you might call me to talk about that whole career thing. It's very disrespectful if you totally lean on your man. Highly disrespectful, because
In this day and age,
I agree.
and if he starts disrespecting you because he's providing for you, then you just keep quiet. So if you don't want that, honey, you move. So I have made myself in such a way that you might think I don't care about the children. The new ones are just 2 months, and I'm here.
Yeah.
I slept around 6. I got home yesterday around 11 p.m. Don't think you love them more than me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It is because I want to make my standards clear. So I feel if I'm able to get all these things, very soon, honey, I'm going to retire. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to come take care of your grandchildren. Like, honey, it's a full-time job. It's a never-ending job. So I just want to make sure that while I'm still young and I'm still at this space, I fit my life into it. I don't want your life to come and crash mine. Some mothers have problems with their children because at the particular time they had their children, everything was hot. Their lives came to a standstill.
Yeah.
But I don't want my life to come to a standstill because of 4 children. I still want to go, do it, and then sometimes it takes away the stress.
Yeah.
That is why I don't get depressed. Some mothers are so depressed they don't even want to see their children or breastfeed their children. Here in Africa, people don't take all that into consideration.
Yeah.
But I do. So I live my life in such a way that after I had babies, I think a month down the line, I went to shop. I took myself out. I ate. I felt so good, and I came home like, yeah, honey, you aren't going to hold me to the point where I feel I don't want to see you. But I love you. And I'm doing everything possible to make sure that you guys are okay. But if I am not okay, I cannot take care of you. My auntie, she used to say, if you want to make someone miserable, you have to be miserable first. Since I want to make everybody happy, I have to make myself happy. And I tell my spouse, if I'm not happy, this whole home
Is not happy.
it's not happy. Because the mood
Danger.
at which I would come out, I won't cook for you to eat. Like, everything is going to be... So my happiness is so important.
Self-care is the best care.
Honey, it's like the 100% before the children.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in another way, you realize I am doing all this because of
the children.
the children.
Right.
So it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
If you do not understand it, you might beat yourself up. But it's best if you work towards making sure you are comfortable.
Right.
With people who have one child, like the first experience, it's beautiful because at that time, you don't even want like air to pass. But over the period of years, when I noticed there are 4, honey, one is going to swim. The other one, she's doing ballet. And I don't even know what that is, honey. Then you expect me to go and be at where they do it at airport and be sitting there. And then the other one is swimming at, how do you call the place, Legon? I'm who? I can be at 2-3 places at a go.
Yeah.
I have decided to have 4 children. If the 4 of them are at 4 different places, it's not a must that I make myself available. I can only go to the one that is okay for me. So if I'm at airport and you're also going for your whatever at airport, I can pass by and pick you up. But as long as there are people around me who can do the picking up, while I also bring a bag of grocery, that is not daddy's money, maybe my own small thing. I'm also contributing in my own little way.
Right.
So the whole thing, psychologically, you have to be very strong. I always tell women that, you know, the motherhood thing is not just about, my daughter, I'm breastfeeding, I'm changing pampers. There's a whole lot more to it.
It's a lot to it.
Yeah, so I always let people understand, don't think you have a child, so, hey, I can't go anywhere,
But then that's when women start to lose themselves.
Good.
And that's one thing I said I wouldn't
Exactly.
do was lose myself, because I've seen
Exactly.
people lose themselves
Yes.
after having children.
Yes.
So that's why I said self-care is the best care. You have to be 100% in order to fully be capable of taking care. So if that's hanging out with your
You just said it
girlfriends
all.
on a Friday night,
You
we're going for
try.
a mani-pedi, me time, because if I lose myself, trust me, it's going
You
downhill.
know why I'm laughing?
Why?
I'm just enjoying the 2 of you because you know what? That's just what I would say. And I was a mom at a very young age, and I always say that amongst my friends, because my friends are now having babies, you know, so
Thank you.
So you tend to have more experience than they do. But I think that I used to give them the urge to want to be parents because of the way I managed it, you
Right.
know, and once you're ready or once it finds you, you need to embrace it.
Right.
But there's nowhere that has been written that if you become a mom, your life should come to an end.
No.
Is it?
No.
So I think that is what we're doing today.
Yes.
We're trying to let people understand that it's a beautiful journey.
Right.
But either ways, once it finds you, embrace it and make the best out of it.
That's what I
It's
always
just
say.
the best, because I have seen women shutting down because
Yeah.
of children.
Right.
And then sometimes I say this and I'll say it again.
Sure.
If you are working, I don't expect you to own a big shop. If you are doing something, anything, even if you are selling, okay, at that particular point in your life, let's say you do a C-section, you can't move around for like 4 weeks. Me, I did mine, and in 2 weeks I was bouncing around. Why? Because I felt I didn't want to be depressed. I didn't want it to hold me down. And then somebody who is quite matured will be like, oh, this girl, Pam. But at that particular point, I was tired of, I was in the house. I actually worked till 7 months. And I had my boys at 7 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was doing a whole other thing. People didn't even know I
That
was
you were
pregnant.
yeah.
Because I'm a little big, people always, they did not even know. So at that particular point, I was tired of the paint in the room. That actually brings depression. People don't know.
Yeah.
When you see the curtains, every day is blue. Then you expect me to sit in the house for that 4 months looking at the blue curtains. No. So you break out.
Right.
Yeah.
You try. So if you also do things that bring income into the home, it's easier. That way you can also like face it a little, take care of the children, be stable.
You also feel free to go about your life. It's not dependent on someone.
Good.
And yeah.
So
yeah.
if you get to that particular point where you need to do it, you just move away a little. You do the things that matter the most to you. I'm not saying if your baby is crying, don't pick him up. Be a
But
mother.
even sometimes when they're crying, they're not crying for anything.
Yes.
They're just crying.
They are
Don't
just crying.
overly stressed, just, oh my God,
Hey,
get paranoid.
yeah, I know. I know someone
I
like
always
that.
say-
For a new mom,
Even me.
for a
Good.
new mom, you'd always
But
have that
you know what I
panicking,
did?
you know, until you get to understand that, okay, this is
It's
normal.
okay. But I always say, for me, people always say, you make it look so easy, V, oh my God. And I say, I literally take it a day at a time. I do not allow it to. And if I have any issue, I message someone. I'm in mommy groups. They are very good support system.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Aaron fell like yesterday, he fell and he hit his head on the concrete. And me, I would rush him to the hospital right away. And they were just like, if he hasn't done da. My mind was at ease, you know?
Okay.
So I feel like also a support group is
helps.
also good. Don't
Yeah.
seclude yourself because I'm a mom, I'm just taking care of my child.
And the
that's
children
it.
are different.
Right.
They are all different, and every stage and what they, you know,
Exactly.
they overwhelm you
So you
with.
have to,
So,
a day at a, I take it a day at a time. I
Yeah.
don't allow stress to take over my life. And I stay busy.
Yeah,
working,
even with
balancing it.
twins, they are not the same.
okay, Debbie, hold it right there. The twins thing, we'll talk about it. You need to tell me the secret. We'll go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you are watching the A Show. I am here with these two beautiful ladies. Mummies. They are sexy mummies, actually, because nothing is showing on them. They are doing something right, and they are sharing this with us. Dealing with childbirth, you know, and the aftermath of childbirth, actually. And I think that they're doing it so well. And so if you're home watching us and you're so consumed with your being a mother and, you know, finding all the excuses why your life won't go on, you are doing something wrong. Because honestly, I have been a mother for 17 years. And I can tell you for a fact that there's nowhere that has been written that when you have a child, your life should not go on. Very soon they grow and they leave you. And so you need your life to be on track so that you can also be a better parent for them. We are recording here at the beautiful Labadi Beach Hotel. I am so excited they are on board with us. If you are thinking of relaxation, you are thinking of having a good meal, look no further. Labadi Beach Hotel is a place to be. And we are back to talk about mommy things. Miss Debbie.
Yes,
High five. Vanessa.
Yes.
We are molding parents.
Right.
Molding parents, because I know that, I mean, our parents have their own style of parenting. you know, especially our mothers. You know, one of the days my mom said something that was so funny. You know, when you're a parent or when you become a mom in those days, I think that your whole life, even your style of dressing had to change because you're a mother. Right. They used to look at it in a certain way, where, hey, if you're a mother, you have to do this, you have to do that. We're not doing all of that. Yeah. But yet, we want our children to grow because you know what? Our time is not their time. Their time is different because, hey, with all the technology surrounding us, we never had that, you know, and so I think that parenting has also become different. Right. And women have become more career-oriented. Right. And so we want to embrace all of that and be good at it. Right. You are a professional. Yes. You want to even do more things. You have a child. You don't want it to stop you from being the best that you personally can be. How do you balance it?
Yeah, I'm always adding stuff to my career. But like I said earlier, I schedule everything. Okay. I make time for everything. And there's a cutoff time. Okay. So you're not going to see me working till like 11. They said, there's this quote that says, work harder, not longer, or something like that. Meaning like you don't need to work 12 hours a day. You can work 6 hours. But in that 6 hours, the same results. Yes, exactly. Be efficient in that 6 hours, you know? So for me, it's the balance of, because everyone knows I always said I didn't want to have any children until I reached a certain point in my career. My focus was always career, education, you know? So even when I did find that I was pregnant, I felt like I was at the point where, okay, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm at a point where, you know, the child can, I can have a child and I can figure out a balance. And I can make it happen, and I can make it work. And I feel the past year and a half, I think I've balanced it very well. From all my projects to being this mompreneur, you know, launching different businesses, but still making sure that I'm a solid, hands-on mom. It's not easy. Motherhood is not easy. But we keep saying, self-care makes it easier. Yeah. Knowing that you're in the right frame of mind. For some people, staying busy is what keeps them in the right frame of mind. And I feel like every woman, like Debbie said, should want something for themselves. You should definitely want something for yourself. You want to, I feel like accomplishing something for yourself is one of the best things ever. You know?
Has there been any day that you felt that your work, you know, has taken you away from your son so much that you felt like you're a bad mother?
This actually happened Friday. I had 2 meetings. I left the house at 12. I got home at 9 p.m. And I was just like, I hope he's not sleeping. I need to spend time with him. I've been gone the whole day. I felt really horrible. But then I remembered that I was at the meetings for a purpose. That's right. And it's to help, and it's gonna make something bigger will come out of it. But I felt horrible. Yeah. I kept calling to make sure. I need to hear his voice. Is he okay? What's he doing? Did he eat? Did he do this? Let me hear his voice again. Are you crying? I was very paranoid. Okay. But the meetings went well, so at least I knew that I was out there for a reason. Okay. It's going to provide for his future, you know? Okay. Yeah.
Ms. Debbie.
Yes, babe.
Has there been any moments where you felt like, oh, I've been such a terrible mom?
I'm actually a terrible mom. I am.
Why do you say that?
You see, I don't build my walls around them.
Okay.
But did you build your first one?
With V, she didn't grow up in Africa, in Ghana.
Okay. How do you know?
V grew up outside Ghana, in America.
All right.
Where she would feel paranoid when she doesn't hear the child cry. Where I grew up, if the child doesn't cry, you don't take the child home from the hospital. Indirectly, the child is stillborn. When he cries or she cries, that is when you take them home, knowing that, okay,
they're good.
They are okay. At that age, crying is their jobs. They cry, eat, sleep, and poop.
Okay.
I don't get bothered when they cry. Even when they are crying and I'm going out, I still go out.
You still go.
But you've had 4. Now I think you're more experienced.
I would still
Were you
go.
like that with your first?
Oh,
No.
I was better. But now I'm worse. Because it's like this. I am at a point in my life where not even my spouse would hold me back from what I want.
You want.
And if there's anybody in the world that likes money more than me, there should be a problem with that
Please,
person.
it's me.
You see? So, and I like legit money. I like to hustle my own hustle. Because I am somebody who have been disrespected because of money before. So, my money game,
At some point.
even God knows that has to be, it's some point. Because of that money, I fought with God and I won.
Okay.
So I would not let anyone stop me, especially if it has to do with that same money. My daughter is supposed to go to America with the school. When the whole thing came in, father is paying house rent, light bill. See, me as I'm a very considerate woman. Let's be frank. Light bill, school fees. Men, they try. I always tell people, if you have not met the right man, maybe it's your problem. Then at that particular point in his life, he needs $3,000 to take his child to America for 2 weeks. Okay? Then you are the mother. There's nothing like saying, oh, I can bring 1.5 because that one is a passerby responsibility. You know, we have real responsibilities in the home.
Oh, yes.
So, there's nothing like saying, oh, I can bring 1.5. You contributed, we all contributed to having the baby. And then sometimes some men feel so proud
That's right.
to have that kind of a person. Not when even brazier, you still go there. No respect. Like my mother, my father, whatever happens, it's not his business. You should be able to take care of certain important responsibilities. So here I am, I'm somebody's child. I have a child. You understand? So I have other responsibilities as well.
That's right.
So if I want to be there as a mother and then let certain things pass by me.
But then, even with that, I think you never know when, God forbid, your partner maybe loses his job or something, you know, so, and then you're the woman just sitting there like...
Me, I don't look at the losing job part.
Or anything.
I look at when he will leave you and marry another wife.
But in general, I think you should be able to hold it down as a woman.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Regardless, because you just never know what tomorrow will bring. And you want to know that, okay, if something happens, I can still take care of my children and myself and my house, you know? So I feel like women, especially in this day and age, everyone wants to marry a rich man and just sit home and...
Or do people still
I
think
hear
like
those
that?
things though. Even the other day there was a conversation about it. Like, this is the type of man I just want to be good. No, you need to be good. You both need to be good. So you need to put in the work just as much as the man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you like the good life, you need to work for it.
Yes, I was saying something some few months ago that before a woman gives birth, any woman, I beg, any woman, you should make sure with or without your spouse, you can pay and take care of the child. I said it, and then apart from my brother, I have a little sister as well who we take care of. And I said, listen, if you're a woman and you have 4 children, and excuse me to say anything should happen to the man and he's out of the picture, and you cannot take care of the children, then why did you give birth to them? I'm very sorry to ask this question to women.
It's a genuine question.
Because if you know you want to be giving birth, you should be able to take care of them till.
Right.
You understand? Oh yeah, it's the truth.
Okay.
Think about the fact that this particular man can leave, can go at any time.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, that's your reality.
And I am so real that Sebio, even me, I can pass away tomorrow morning. And then that is when you see the fake love. Oh, R.I.P. Miss Debbie, R.I.P. But at that particular point, I was telling my cousins at home, I was doing something small at home and people were there. I was like, listen, right now, if this man leaves me, I can take care of these children.
Yeah. You always say that.
And the reason I'll say it is because I know I can. He knows I can. So is it about giving birth and being a tied-up mother? We are gone past those days. Reasons why some people are not educated today is because the mothers who gave birth to them were not independent enough. So at the end of the day, you notice when she gave birth, the man left her. So she could not take care of the child. Then what happened to the child today?
And we're not talking about Miss Independent, I don't need a man, because
No.
people might misinterpret it.
No.
But it's being able to, both of you, hold down the fort.
Peace.
That's what it is. Not Miss Independent, I don't need him, girl. I don't need him.
Honey, you know you need
Because you
him,
need
baby.
him, girl. But it's about both of you being able to hold down the fort. If
Yeah.
we're going, even example, date night. This week, don't worry, babe. I got it. You got it. Even if he says no, at least you tried. You know, he knows that, you know. So it's the balance. And it just makes a relationship even better, to
And
be quite
easier.
honest. Yeah.
I'm enjoying those two ladies. So you see, while just I'm a jam who I'm here, so who's it? And come on, and their experiences and the way they are embracing motherhood makes it even more beautiful. Yes, it's difficult. Indeed, it is painful sometimes, because sometimes you feel like you don't have a life, you know, because they come with their own package. You didn't ask for it, but yes, they are here. And they were sitting somewhere, and you decided to go and bring them. And so for that, you have to sacrifice for their very existence. And they bring that joy in your heart that no amount of money can quantify it. Selflessly, you love them. That is beautiful. The role of being a parent and a mother, for that matter. It is a beautiful feeling, isn't it?
It is.
Miss Debbie likes that feeling. That is why she wants to go back and do it again.
Number 5.
Number 5. God help us. I hope you don't come in twos again.
Oh no, my
But,
number 5 might not come actually.
Might
but
not come.
Maybe.
It's just an imagination.
Nkoka say, oh, never.
Never.
Never say
And
never.
never say never. But if you're watching us and you're listening and watching these beautiful ladies, they are just educating you on the fact that, yes, it is a choice. And when you choose it, it doesn't mean that your life should come to an end. Because whatever it is, you need to feel empowered so that your children, if they are looking for role models, they should look at you first and not somebody else's mother. Because you have empowered yourself enough to be role models to them. I think that is what we are saying today. And that is why we're talking about all this, because dealing with children or dealing with yourself after childbirth can be very, very difficult and demanding.
Yeah.
But you are doing it so well. And it's a journey. So we wouldn't say that you have arrived. But so far, so good, would you say?
You see, most of the time, we don't come and then bring out our failures to the world. We don't sit down to start explaining how it actually feels. Because I feel I have passed that stage, so I overcame it. I can't come and tell you every little bit in detail.
No way.
But at the end of the day, it is you coming out of that particular process strong.
That's right.
That is when you are like a victor, so you have won already.
That's right.
If you are waiting to hear the bad sides of the story, you would never pick up. And you will never get to where you want to get to as a woman. So personally, I always tell people, when it comes to my childbirth and everything, I won't tell you the bad sides. The sweet side is, no matter where I am, no matter what happens, no matter who loves me or who doesn't like me, when I get to my home, that is where love is.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
That is where everything I ever wanted and everything I want in life is.
It's home.
So when I get home, V is a friend. We've never argued, but we have had certain discussions. Sometimes it doesn't really go well. I go home, I leave her, but when I get home, I feel at peace. When we hit the street again, we continue. But everything is just with them. So if you have them and then you treat them right, you love them, and then you take care of them. That's all. And I would actually advise most women to give their children a certain class that gives them self-confidence for the rest of their lives. Let me get personal. I know your daughter. She's spoken where people are. And then, excuse me to say, you are not ashamed of it. It is the kind of upbringing and the class you have given her. Now, I can be that mother, have all the children, and then I don't care the kind of schools they go to and how I bring them up. Cool. But if you really want what is best for them, you have to go out of your way to make sure that that money is made, with or without daddy.
Debbie loves the money
No.
aspect.
I love the children to be well educated, and that is
No,
their
definitely.
independence.
That's right.
Because if
it's
I
the best
put
gift you
them
can give a
to
child.
groom them to
if
be
I
who
good
they
if I
are.
put them at, like, I'm very sorry to say this here, your daughter can actually survive right now as we speak. I know her. I've heard her talk about her fundraiser. Charlie, like, check, it's not up to you the university level,
Right.
but when she opens her mouth, somebody would employ her.
Right.
So you see, it is what you have invested in them. That's where I come from. And you can make them independent. When you leave tomorrow, someday when you are dead and gone, you won't have to be worried about what your daughter would eat.
Right.
Excuse me to say, will she be sleeping with somebody to make it? No, like, you know where you left that person. And that is what I am about as a mother.
Okay. Debbie, that was a very nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
something
we
about
need to
motherhood.
hear that
Right.
we're doing something right, you
Right.
know, because it's a choice to be a mom,
Right.
and it's a choice to still invest in your children. So every mother wants to hear good things about their children, you know. So it tells you, or it encourages you that you should
Every
go
mom.
on because you're doing something right. And I always say this, and because we're talking about this, it's a very good platform to say it again, that I can fail in every business endeavor that I go into, but I can't fail as a mother.
Never.
It's something that I can never forgive myself for. And so that's like my mantra. I mean, like, I'm always saying that. And I tell the kids, you know what, you cannot make me fail
Right.
in this job,
Right.
you know, because
I've invested
no,
in it.
I'm not having it.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it's good when you hear that. I mean, when you're not around, you can hear some compliments. That's
You know
it's
you're
just
doing something
encouraging,
right.
you know.
Yeah,
and yeah,
definitely.
we all want that.
Yeah, I was gonna say about after, well, even when during pregnancy, after pregnancy, you know, the highs and lows, the emotional aspect. We always say on this side of the world, we don't open up.
Yeah.
We don't speak about it, and you should.
It's
You should
important.
find someone to speak to, whether it's your best friend, whether even if it's a stranger, because you're only opening. Sometimes you just need to speak about it, because there's an emotional roller coaster that can happen.
Oh,
And
yes.
Some people, they never come out of it, and it's because they're afraid to speak about it. They think it's something's wrong with them. Oh my gosh, they'll judge me. But you shouldn't feel judged. You need to be able to express everything you're going through. And that's why I always say, even I say the mommy groups that I'm in, I don't know some of the women. I may know
you
2
don't
or
need to
3.
know them.
I don't, but we sit, and if there's anything, we'll talk about it, and someone will give advice, and you just feel that comfort. Sometimes you can't, maybe you don't feel like your family would understand. So going into these groups, you feel like, okay, at least it's someone who, they don't know too much. They don't know my entire life, but we're moms.
That's right.
So we can relate to
So
each
you
other.
have something in common.
Right. So don't be afraid to open up and speak about what you're going through. You know, my best friend, I remember there was a point she spoke about, I just can't take, she has 4, and the youngest, she was like, I just can't take it. You know, I just want to just like shake him, and she called me and she's like, I'm just over it. I'm just over it. And we
After 4?
spoke. Yeah, imagine, even after 4.
Exactly.
We spoke about it, and just at that time, I hadn't even given birth. So I don't know. I just know but I spoke to her, and you know, at least it calmed her down.
calmed
She
her
had
down.
someone
Yeah.
to speak to, and I just feel like you should always allow yourself to be emotional in the sense of expressing what you're going through as a woman, and that's as a woman.
Yeah.
Period. Whether you're a mom or you're not a mom, as a woman. Because we're too confined, I feel like, in this.
Women go through a lot. I mean,
Right.
this whole issue of life after being a mother. I mean, because we get pregnant,
Right.
we carry the babies, and then you get to do the sleepless nights more and everything. So emotionally,
Your
you know,
body
we are
doesn't go back
affected
to the
by it and all
same,
that.
you
Your
don't look the
body,
same
so many
sometimes,
things
yeah.
that we have to deal with, and it's encouraging to know that, you know, there are even groups where mothers can just feel like, you know, we're doing something right, and we're there to support one another, because every child is different. Even if you have 10, they all come with their own, you know, package. And so you can't say that you know it all, because just when you feel like you do, one child would, you know,
Tell me
surprise you
about it.
nicely, you know. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll do our final words, ladies. We'll be right back.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Aquaba is the feeling of joy when you know you are home, where you sleep in luxury and comfort, and wake up to the breeze of the Atlantic Ocean. Aquaba to Labadi Beach Hotel, where the food is fresh and the smiles are genuine. Now you know you are home. Ghana's finest 5-star hotel, Labadi Beach Hotel. The legacy lives on.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Welcome back. You are still watching the A Show, and I'm here with Miss V and Miss Debbie. I like the way it rhymes like that, you know, Miss V and Miss Debbie. Beautiful mothers they are. And yes, we are talking about the fact that parenting is about two people, and then the baby comes. But the mothers, whether you like it or not, will tend to do more than the fathers do. How are we dealing with it when we eventually drop them? Because I think that that is when the actual journey starts. The pregnancy time is beautiful. You go everywhere with your baby, you know, but when you drop them, sometimes, in as much as you love them, you need to leave them at home with somebody and go get your business done. It can be very difficult. It can be very challenging. But these two beautiful ladies have found a way to get it done and do it so beautifully. They are sharing their story with you. It's supposed to empower you. It's supposed to inspire you. And really, it's supposed to also educate you. Parenting is beautiful. Just like your mind, it doesn't come easy. But the job of a mother is 24 hours, right? And we enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
With all the price package in this world. If you have a choice, will you still be a mother, Debbie?
I would do it over and over again. It's something I would never, I won't even think of it. Like, it's something I would do the same particular thing. I wouldn't change anything about
Anything. Vanessa,
I wouldn't change
the choice of a
anything.
mother.
It's been the greatest experience, and there's been growth, an unexpected growth. You learn so much about yourself, even what you'll tolerate, what you won't. You just become this superhuman person that you never thought you even could be. So I wouldn't change anything when it comes to becoming a parent.
Becoming a parent. So it tells me that you have really, indeed embraced this responsibility. And you really, with our conversation, I'm also very encouraged, you know, and very inspired, because I always say that I think that before we started rolling, we were having our own conversation, and I said that it's beautiful to be a mom at a very young age, you know, because it makes you mature, you know, probably earlier than you would have, and it also, I think that it makes you a better person, you know,
I think
because
for me, I was later.
Yeah. She is late.
You think you are?
Yeah,
No,
because
she's late.
I
Oh,
will be
okay.
35 this year.
Okay.
She's late, yeah.
I'm late.
Honey, trust me, you're early than you think.
No, you know-
I know people that are 40 and are not in your place. So,
Right.
my dear, You're not late.
You know, with her, the reason why I was saying she's late, at her age,
Yeah.
you know, she has not, she's new to it. Like me, when I go out with my daughter, she's getting tall. And people will ask, is this your sister?
Your sister.
And it's so beautiful because I noticed by the time she really, we grew up together.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm getting old with her. But if you are, let's say, 35, by the time the baby is 15, how old are
I'll
you?
still be young.
Like, oh no, baby, you're gonna be young, honey.
No.
Trust
Yeah,
me,
you
honey.
know.
Yeah. Like, so at the end of the day, you grow up with that particular baby, and then by the time you just notice already, she's like doing something
But
for
then
you.
I also think is your relationship with your child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, like even if I'm 45 and he's gonna be what 10 by then, I definitely know we'll still have that
Connection.
bond.
Yeah, so I
connection,
think
yeah.
it's how you are with your child.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Matters a lot.
It's a relationship.
Right.
And it starts from the formative years. If
Exactly.
you lose that, you've lost it
Exactly.
completely.
Exactly.
The
I
formative
agree.
years are very important.
Yeah.
agree.
Vanessa, thinking of going for another soon?
I've always said one.
Oh,
and
really?
Everyone looks at me like I'm crazy, but since I was young, I've always just said one. Who knows what the
How many
future
siblings
holds?
do you have?
2, but they are closer in age. I'm 10 years older than the middle,
The middle.
then 13. So they are like, you know, even though we're all close, but then I grew up with my cousins, and there were lots of us. But a lot of us also were single children for a long time. Yeah. So I've always just said one, but you don't know what the future holds.
My South Africans will say, you would never know.
You never know.
You would never know.
Because so far it's just been a blessing.
It's
and
been
I'm
a blessing, so
enjoying
add
it,
more
and
blessings to your life, girl.
you never know.
Your final words, lady, your final words. I mean, really, like I said, it's an ongoing journey. And we all have our stories. And, you know, the older they get, the more experiences, you know, we both experience, you know. And they will tell you that being teenagers is a different story as well, because when they become teen, it's a different ball game altogether. So having a child has its phases, you know. When they're young, when they're babies, you go through the sleepless nights and everything, and sometimes you're clueless as to what they are trying to tell you because they don't speak to you. And then when they start speaking to you, you also have your own wahala. And then when they can actually stand on their own, you also have your wahala. So it gets tougher by the day, you know. So like you said, you take a day at a time.
Right.
But will you agree with me when I say that the kids of today are so smart that if you are not smarter, they go over you one time.
I
Debbie.
say they are smarter than smartphones. That's how I call
That's
them.
smartphone, Abby.
Smartphones.
Oh, Lord.
They are sharper
Yes.
than it. But you know, as a woman, I would actually say we work with instincts
That's
a lot.
right. That's right.
And then if you're a woman and you have a girl child, sometimes I ask, you pay a little more attention. And then some people say be their best friend, but be the best friend and be the worst enemy. If you want to be a best friend to a girl child, you might end up disturbing her. And if you want to be a worst enemy as well, you would really disturb her. So it's like this and like this.
You need to find balance.
You spank, you bring her close. You spank, you bring her close. Now, depending on the spouse you have, I have a very supportive spouse. I tell people, you are the one who thinks all men are bad. There are some really great men who help at night as well. So it's not just a one-way thing. And if you have supportive people around you, trust me, it's a goal.
It's a goal.
So just do what is right for you. And in doing what is right, make sure you get it right.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with Debbie. As much as you're the parent, you should also be their friend. But you have to have the balance.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that friendship to take over the parenting. But you also want your child to always feel secure to come and speak to you about anything. Be open with you. I think that's something my mom and I especially, we always had. So I can speak to her about anything. I can feel comfortable. Sometimes you don't want to speak about everything, but you know that she's always there. Yeah. But you want to have that balance. And as for the women, I'll always just tell you, do not lose yourself within motherhood. Yeah. It's another job. But another job is also, as we keep saying, is taking care of yourself first. Yeah. That's number one priority. Because as we've said it over and over, without you taking care of yourself, you can't take care of your child. That's right. You can't be the best mom. So do not lose yourself within being a parent. Whatever you need, those self-care days, a day out with Debbie, even by yourself going out for lunch, just so you can just think.
Yeah, and concentrate.
Take it. Don't feel like you're abandoning your family or your life because you're taking care of yourself.
No way.
You're actually grooming yourself to be better for your family. So there's no losing yourself when you become a mom. You're only becoming a better woman.
Yeah.
You heard it all? Don't lose yourself. Get some me times. They're very necessary, very important. If you're not a role model to your children, who will be their role model? They'll go looking for it out there. And yes, you should be best friends to your children, but also understand that they need their own best friends. Your role as a parent, really, is to be a guidance to your children. If you understand that, you can only be a better person. It's been very insightful on the show today. I have learned something today, and I trust that you watching us at home has also learned one thing or another. If you knew about some of the things, you probably have gotten more knowledge on how to go about, your role as a mother. If you were doing certain things wrong, I trust that our conversation here this evening would help you to do right by yourself and to your children. We'll go for a break. When we come back, Ayesha Moments will be next.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
It's time for Ayesha Moments, and yes, you heard our discussions dealing with childbirth, dealing with life after childbirth, actually. And we had two beautiful ladies come to inspire and impact on us. They are living testimony of the role and responsibility of a modern parent, I would say. And truly, they shared with us. They made us aware of the fact that, yes, we decide to be parents. And when we make that decision, it doesn't mean that our lives should come to an end because we made the choice of becoming parents, especially mothers. It's a beautiful journey. It comes with all the challenges, but at the end of the day, the joy that it brings to you is something that you can't quantify. Don't be too busy in your works to say that because you're so much busy making money, your life or your children should suffer. There's always life after childbirth, and you should find that balance where you still can be a very good mom and a very good career woman. It is possible. Others have done it, they are still doing it, and you can also do it. Like I say all the time, doing what is right today means no regret tomorrow. Keep loving your role as a mother. It is a beautiful journey. Enjoy it and make it count. I'm very grateful to Labadi Beach Hotel for hosting us. We're recording here. It's a beautiful surrounding. We love the environment, and we're happy that they are on board with us. This beautiful dress is by Cheek by Siba. You'll find her at East Legon. Her handles will be on your screen if you also want to check her page. Macbeth did my beautiful makeup, and I'm loving it. My hair is by Glamour Hair. Thank you for making me this fabulous. This hair is also at East Legon. They are situated at East Legon Glamour Hair, and you can also walk in there. Get very good discounts for beautiful, long-lasting hair. The band will take us home. I thank you for watching. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Wapa kunchi damfua Yakroji from Mebu, Asukutu Minkumin Quanaiti. Obramingu mi boye, Achimenu Proya Sunti, Felicia Bacamo, Young Fodombo, the Enchilada Sanse, Odone.